What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be talking about NIO and how you can find the expected move for earnings. So when I say expected move, that means how much market makers are they're giving the stock to move. Now it doesn't mean that it has to hit this move, and it doesn't mean it has to stay within this move. It's just a general number that market makers give, what they think is going to happen to the stock for earnings or for anything given that week. Now, if you don't know how to find that, I will show you how. Before we get into the video, guys, once again, I would like to remind you to hit the link in the description below to join my free Discord server. And I'm starting to post a daily watch list, so these will just give you some trade ideas to get in for the week. And like I said, I'll be updating this daily just to give you an example of what stocks I'm looking at for the week. And then once again, this is completely free, and then y'all can just join and we'll have a community of traders where we can post ideas and things of that nature. So if you have TD Ameritrade and are on the Thinkorswim platform, this is how I use to find the move. So you go into the section called trade. Now this is an options chain, so type in your stock that you're looking for. So in this case we're looking at NIO. So as you can see, you go to the next Friday's date. So next Friday, the upcoming Friday, is going to be the 20th, November 20th. Now look at this. It's pricing in a $10 move. That's a huge move. So it's pricing in 10.58. So that means it can either go up $10.58 or it can go down $10.58. So when you're looking at the expected move, it's plus and minus. Now just because it says 10.58 doesn't mean it has to go to, $10. It doesn't mean it has to go to $54, and it doesn't mean it has to go to $34. It just means that that's what the market makers are expecting. It could go more or it could go less. It doesn't have to stay in these parameters. But if you want to find the expected move, like I said, for any stock, just type in the symbol, go to the options chain, and look at the following Friday's expiration. So as you can see, they also have the 27th, the 4th. They have every Friday. As you can see, the further out we get, the more the expected move goes. But as you can see, they're expecting a $10 move. Now that's huge for a stock that's only $44. You can see that's a 230%. Notice that as we go down the line, the percentage gets lower. It varies. But this is double what these down here are. So that means that they're expecting a big move for earnings. Now that could mean because earnings is going to be a huge event for NIO. It could make it go up or down. But either way, when you have an earnings event, there tends to be a lot more volatility. So that's why I said be careful when you're playing these, because anything could happen. And as you can see, market makers are expecting a huge move going into earnings. And this is a huge move because look at the difference. From the 27th to the 4th, they're expecting a $12 move. And for the following week, they're expecting a $14 move. That's only a $2 difference. So that this is going to be a huge move just because that this is up $10. So when you're trading the earnings, just keep this in mind that the expected move is $10. Now let's actually chart this, and so you can get a visual of how this could look. Alright guys, so I'm going to chart this out for you so you can see it better. So let me remove these old lines that I talked about in previous videos. So get out your ruler tool and go from where it closed. So the expected move is $10.58, give or take. So $10. Now it doesn't have to be exact, just has to be around that. So as you can see, the first expected move is right here. And then the minus expected move is right here. So this week, market makers are expecting it to stay within this range. So plus or minus 10, and this is the minus 10. Now it doesn't mean it has to hit this move, top or bottom. They're just expecting it to stay within this range. But that's still huge. This is, like I said, a $44 stock. So a $10 move, that's huge for a stock of this size. So when going into this week in earnings, just keep in mind that market makers, they're expecting a huge move to the downside or upside. And like I mentioned in other videos, when you're taking your position size, make sure that it is small, because imagine if you get into this stock and you're hoping it goes up and then earnings come out and then it just tanks and you're down a lot of money, because it's just not worth the risk. Your whole goal as a trader is to protect your capital, not just give it away. So if you want to play earnings, as I advised in previous videos, just make sure that it is a small position and you do not care if you lose that money or not. Because if you're in a trade that you have more money than you should be in a trade, then you get tied to it emotionally. Then you make bad decisions when it comes to your trading. So if you're playing earnings, I advise you to take a small position, knowing that it could go down, and that's probably the probable reason. But like I said, going into earnings, NIO has had this huge run up, and now we're getting that pullback. Monday, I would like to see more of a pullback, down. If we get on Monday a pullback down to $39, then I will most likely take an earnings play and I'll post it. But if we don't get down to $39, I'm not taking any type of position, just because the risk to reward, it's just not worth it for me, because it's just pricing in such a huge move. And just because it's a $10 move that they price in, it could go past that. It could go from way past 55. We could hit 60 just as likely as it could go way past $33. It could go all the way down to $25. So this earnings play is risky. But if we do get a pullback on Monday to around $39, I will take a position and I will post that position just to let y'all know what play I took. But other than that, guys, now you know how to find the expected move, and you know that NIO is pricing in a huge move. This is a huge move for NIO. It could go either up or down. The market makers are predicting a $10 move. So when you're taking your position on Monday, just keep in mind that you could lose a bunch of money if you get in a position that you aren't emotionally ready for. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to update and show y'all what the expected move is for NIO, how you can use that to guide your position, and now you also know how to find it going for other stocks that you're interested in. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will keep you updated on the latest NIO news and if I do take a position. So thank you for watching once again.